The long and demanding season has all led to this moment. From a field of 18 of the world's most exceptional athletes, only one can emerge as the women's world champion. Whilst we're inside the magnificent Zalgiris Arena, let's not forget the final challenge that awaits our competitors outside in this balmy Kaunas air. The athletes will need to be as composed as that duck on the water as they furiously battle in their bid for medals in the laser run. The final is a true test of modern pentathlon's thrilling new era. It will start with the fencing direct elimination, 5 rounds of DE, first to 5 hits, or the most hits in a minute. They move from the piste to the treachery of the obstacle course, all about momentum riding through the 8 obstacles, timing your leaps onto the overheads. A race against the clock on the obstacle course. It's a race against the clock in the pool. 200 meters freestyle swimming, 4 laps of a 50-meter pool, all against the clock. Points will be accumulated over those first 3 events for the handicap laser run. The athletes will complete 5 laps of a 600-meter course, both inside and outside the biggest arena in the Baltics. Those laps will be broken up by 4 visits to the 10-meter laser range, where the athletes will have to hit the target 5 times before progressing on. After the 4th visit to the range, they will complete their final lap, a big couple of loops outside before coming in for the final tight and twisty turns, with the first person to cross the line being crowned the world champion in pentathlon in 2025.
It is time to count it down.
The inclusion of obstacles has added a new layer of strategy and athleticism, and today we will see it all come to a dramatic conclusion, with Lithuania's queen of modern pentathlon, Laura Asadauskaitė, watching on. We are all on the edge of our seats, eagerly awaiting the crowning of a new world champion. The top of the lineup from the fencing ranking round, which happened a couple of days ago, features a Lithuanian in Adomaitytė, 7th at the 2023 Junior World Championships, and Farida Khalil from Egypt, just 14 years old, the world #1, going incredibly for her 4th world title of 2025. The middle of the pack will be chasing people down at the front. Beatrice Mercuri of Italy and Blanca Bauer of Hungary, the 2 to watch out for. And then coming up the back of the field, the final 6 athletes in the 18 feature the world #2, Rebecca Castaudi from France, and the world #3, Blanca Guzzi from Hungary. Time to welcome them all out for the fence. Top of the rankings coming in to this final. Aurora Tognetti from Italy, 26 years old, the world #5, was 5th at the 2025 World Cup final. The big cheer in the house for Elzbieta Adomaitytė from Lithuania, 23 years old, world #25, lapping up the home crowd support. The world #6, a 2-time Olympian, the 2024 World Cup final bronze medalist from Turkey. It's Ilka Özyüksel. The biggest story in world sport, yes, all of world sport, is the 14-year-old Egyptian world #1, Farida Khalil. She's already the under-17, under-19 and world youth champion in 2025. Can she make it 4 out of 4? Her teammate Malak Ismail, also from Egypt, is the world #6 and will try and have a say in that not going Khalil's way. World #13, Olympic bronze medalist from Paris 2024 and the reigning champion from Korea, it's Seong Seung-min. Great Britain's Olivia Green, 25 years old, bronze medalist at the 2023 European Games in Krakow, just down the road from here. Her teammate is out next, Charlie Follett, 28 years old, and she's the 2022 European bronze medalist. She had a great semi-final, the 25-year-old Spaniard. She's world number 20, Laura Heredia. Could be in the mix in the laser run. Just missed out on the medals at the recent European Championships in Madrid, Spain. World number 26, Beatrice Mercuri from Italy, out next. Another one we think will be in the mix for challenging the medals here is Hungary's Blanka Bauer, just 20 years old, world number 10, got a bronze medal at those European Championships in Madrid a few weeks ago. Valentina Martinescu is a powerhouse from Italy. Can she convert 6th at the 2025 Junior World Championships into a podium here at the seniors? Anna Yurt, great laser runner, Olympian, silver medal at the Madrid European Championships. She's from Switzerland, just 23 years old. Just missed out on the medals at the World Cup final. 4th place for the world number 7, Małgorzata Karbownik from Poland. Third of the British athletes coming out next, the world number 11, silver at the European Championships. A few weeks ago, Whittaker from Great Britain comes here thinking that she can do something special. Well, they're all nailing these intros, aren't they, onto the stage. World number 3, bronze medal at the World Cup final this year, Blanka Guzzi from Hungary. She's the world number 3. Here's the world number 2, Rebecca Castaldi from France. Has the biggest smile of the lot and is the European champion. Completing the lineup, the world number 8, silver medal at last year's Junior European Championships from France. It's Louison Casali from France. Absolutely electric here in this venue. Well, we've met the athletes. I'm Karen Bashir, and next to me, the fabulous expert Youth Olympic Games finalist, African Championship silver medalist, Alida van der Merwe. Okay, simple question to start with, Alida. Can Farida Khalil get her 4th world title here in Kaunas?
I definitely think she's got a winning chance at this. But I mean, we have the likes of Guzzi, Xiong, the reigning medal winners of last year's World Championships. So it's going to be a mix of the youth and the experience, but we begin with the fencing direct elimination round where every touch counts and momentum starts right here.
It is incredible, isn't it, that things can change so suddenly in the fencing ranking round. The athletes were introduced in ranking order after the fencing ranking round, but in this knockout stage, those at the back can really jump forward. We start with just 2 fights in the round of 32. It's 1 minute of fencing, first to 5 hits, or the leading athlete after a minute. Look out for the athlete on the right. Put simply, they're the higher ranked athlete. If the scores are level at the end of the 1 minute, they will go through. We're underway on the feature piece. We will also have action from the B piece, picture in picture. I'll take you through piece A. A leader will be on piece B. Who have we got there to start?
Well, starting us off, we have Kazali of France and Emma Whittaker of Great Britain. We saw Whittaker transition through all the way to the final round in her semi-final, so she's quite familiar with that, but it's Kazali who picks up that first point on piece B.
If you're new to épée fencing, the whole body's target, it's the easiest one to understand in the fencing swords. Whole body's target, you've got to hit your opponent with the tip of your sword. Both fencers can score a hit at the same time, but they've got to hit each other within 1/25th of a second. It's cat and mouse here. The athletes have to find a moment to launch an attack without getting hit themselves. That's the order of the day. Castaudi starting with a 2-0 lead with half of the fight already done.
And as the French Kazali picks up his second point with just 10 seconds left on the clock. Things are getting a bit dangerous here for the Brit. Oh, and Kazali tries to go for that lunge, but it was Whittaker picks up that blade just last minute. 2-2 on piece B.
Gutsi in trouble here, highest seed of the two, and she's 3-0 down with 16 seconds left on the clock. And Castaudi had a great run in her semi-final in the fence as well, so whilst she is the lower seed, it wouldn't be the upset that perhaps we think it might, and the determination from the French athlete on piece day, incredible. 4-0 up.
Well, it ticks out, and given that Whittaker has the priority, she wins this bout, and we say goodbye to Kazali. Whittaker will move on to face Adamatiti of Lithuania.
Gutsi getting 2 in a row on the A-piece here, and she's doing it in quick time as well. Castaudi surely shouldn't be attacking like this, but it is killing time. She's wrapping up her opponent's blade, and a double will finish things off, and Castaudi of France makes it through to the tableau of 16.
There on your screen, we had Elodie, and I think it was Castaudi's mother just next to her. So
Elodie Clavel, the Olympian silver medalist in Rio and Paris and home soil last year. Just given birth to her first child as we look at her teammate Castaudi making it through. So we move on to the round of 16. 8 fights spread over the 4 pieces, and Castaudi is back on where she faces the top seed, Tognetti from Italy.
Well, we have an interesting bout on piece B. We saw Whittaker and Adamatiti face each other in the finals, in their semi-finals, so they are quite familiar with each other. Adamatiti sets up the pace and picks up that first point. You can see Whittaker just trying to think, what will she do next?
Adamatiti is a crowd favorite here. You hear the whistles, you hear the horns, and the cheers. Emma Whittaker, Mrs. Lowe.
Well, just a double here in the first half of this match on the feature piece. And all eyes and all cheers are for Adamatiti of the B piece in the picture-in-picture. And Castaudi launching an attack from too far away. Tognetti picking her off to take the lead.
Well, Whittaker tries to go for the beat onto Flesh, but Adamatiti on fire with the crowd behind her. It is 3-1 lead for Adamatiti. Less than 20 seconds on the clock.
Well, there is Clavel and Castaudi's mum watching on. And Castaudi gets a beautiful hit to foot. She needs one more because she is the lower seed here.
Whittaker really needs to get the right distance with Adamatiti because she'll just step back and pick up that point. It is a victory for Adamatiti, and we say goodbye to Whittaker.
Brilliant stuff from the Lithuanian. Now, has the referee called halt here? Because Tognetti hit the carpet, I'm sure of that. Castaudi, yeah, they've removed both hits, so Castaudi's just going to have to launch herself. She's gone a bit early there, which is why the referee's got them back on guard. And Castaudi does do it! Tognetti now the one in trouble. Tognetti, though, as the highest seed, just needs to get one more point and she goes through. Can she level up inside time? No. Castaldi sticks her arm out, a risky double, but she gets away with it. And that keeps her the lead. Now will she run away? Yes, she does. And time clocks out. Castaldi providing magic again on the fencing piste.
That was a joy to watch. Castaldi is really having a stellar performance here at this World Championships.
Loving the fence, isn't she? Despite her low ranking, the DE round seemed to suit her massively.
But I mean, even just having a hear to the crowd, she's picked up their likes and support, so that's carrying her through.
Clavel celebrating with a look. She's looking right up into the crowd too, serving as inspiration, the silver medalist there. Well, we move on to the next matches in the round of 16. On the A piste, it's Laura Heredia going up against Charlie Follett, Spain versus Great Britain. Great Britain are on the B piste as well.
Yeah, action on piste B. We have Mercuri of Italy on the left and Green on the right. Green with a 1-0 lead. Mercuri picks up her first point. Fist to the air.
Well, Follett gets off the mark. The Brits are very proud of their pentathlon fencers. They work hard, training down in Bath in the southwest of the country.
So given the star next to Green's name, she has the priority and really plays an important factor in these bouts. Mercuri tries to look past Green's blade, but it's Green responsive with those disengages.
Can't circular cease from Follett to go 2-1 up.
Mercuri needs 2 points if she wants to win this bout, but it's a victory for Green. Green will move on to the next round, where she'll face Adamatiti, crowd favorite.
Follett looking to follow in Green's footsteps here. She's 4-1 up. It'll be 2 of the 3 Brits through. Whitaker already out to Adamatiti. And a double will finish things off here, and Follett makes it through to the next stage, the quarterfinals of this fence. And this is all about getting as deep into the fencing as you possibly can in these elimination matches, because the more points you gain, you take into the next stage. Stadium announcer loving it here. Malik Ismail comes on to piste A, going up against Valentina Martinesco, Egypt versus Italy on the A piste, and they're underway already on B.
B, we have the Hungarian Bauer on the left and Shong on the right-hand side. Shong, reigning world champion. She'll be applying pressure. It's close quarters there. Shong went for the flesh but didn't quite get it. No point there. He'll start with a ref called halt. Bauer tried to go for the beat to blade onto flesh. It was a double point on piste B.
There's a double here on A as well, and we've had 2 of them in the match. It's a little bit more cagey than some of the other fights. Malik Ismail will be looking to progress through. She is the highest seed, ranked 5th after the fencing ranking round. And she launches an attack, but it's really good control of distance from Martinescu. She's staying at the distance she wants to be at. Malik Ismail, the shorter fencer, just a little bit too far away to launch that attack. Martinescu hiding her reach by bending her knees quite a bit, and ducks down underneath Ismail's attack for the lead here.
We have the 20-year-old Hungarian and the experienced Xiong really showing dominance with a 4-2 lead. Time is ticking down now. A double point, but it's 5 points for Xiong. All she needs for winning that bout. She'll go through to the quarterfinals. She'll be next against the winner of Uzuksu and Karbovnik.
Well, Malak Ismail has pulled a rabbit out of the hat here. She's leveled up inside the last 10 seconds, and as the higher seed, she goes through. So Martinescu is the one who has to get the point here to go through. Doubles don't count at 4-4.
Most exciting match in the women's round so far.
The pommeler, Martinescu, with a straight grip, looking to use her extra reach here to force a hit. Now, she hits the carpet on the way through there. I think she's hit the floor on the way through. The light came up miles before she got near her opponent. And ducking underneath, Malak Ismail makes it through.
Action starts on piece B with Karbovnik and the Turkish trailblazer Uzuksu. Karbovnik picks up that first point. We'll talk about the importance of picking up that first point in these bouts. It ultimately means that you set the pace for switching up between the attacking and defending.
On the A-piste, the world #1, Farida Khalil from Egypt, ranked 4th for this fencing D, goes up against the number 13 seed, Anna Yurt from Switzerland. We have seen Khalil suffer in the fencing direct eliminations. She'll want to be making a good start here and at least win this first fight. If she does, she'll go up against her teammate in the next round. Anna Yurt, though, not a bad fencer herself.
Well, Uzuksu really trying to get past with her flesh attacks, but it's Karbovnik in a comfortable 4-0 lead.
B-piste racing ahead of the A-piste here. And Farida Khalil taking her time. And Anna Yurt scoring, using a bit of distance as her defense.
Well, Karbovnik does what she needs to move through to the quarterfinals where she'll face Xiong.
Well, that's the job of the B-piste done here. Around a 16, the last of the action on the B-piste. So, Alida, why don't you come over and join me on the A-piste?
Well, there's not much time left on this A-piste. I mean, halfway through the bout, and we only got 1 point.
Yeah, Yurt getting it on using defense, distance as her defense to get the hit from Khalil. Khalil taking her time, though, because as you said, her seeding is higher, so she only needs to level up here. Well, moving of the blade as Khalil gets closer and closer is dangerous against an accomplished fencer and Anna Yurt. Khalil's now going to have to press the go faster button a little earlier, and Yurt is ready for it. And is Khalil going to start this final as she did the semi-finals and go out in the first fencing match?
Well, it's quite a smart move from Yurt. She's sort of luring her opponents in, and when she steps forward, she prepares her attack. Khalil tries to search for flesh. She doesn't quite get on target with that first action.
Oh, this is going to be tricky with just a little over 9 seconds left. Khalil just has got to launch herself to have a chance of going through.
That's an incredible, crucial point for Khalil. 8 seconds. Can Khalil get 3 more?
Oh, she might well do. She only needs 2, doesn't she? Because she's the higher seed. She needs 1 now, and leveling up at 3-3 will give her the advantage to go through. Oh, she was so close to get... Oh, my goodness me. She misses the easy one and somehow gets the remise as she's going backwards. A stop-hit remise. Absolutely beautiful stuff. Now Yurt has to go. Yurt presses and the clock runs out. Khalil has come out of that one unscathed, but my goodness me, how close was that?
I do feel for Yurt. She had a 3-0 lead, and in her shoes, you kind of just want to go for doubles and doubles. But it was Khalil who just managed to get past and get those single lights.
Oh,
it's not an easy task to do.
That lovely stop hit to finish things off, and we all know what Khalil's target is. It's all over her glove. LA 28, the next Olympic Games in Los Angeles, and she's already at 14 years old, the senior world #1. Now we move on to the quarterfinals. We start with Castaudi of France, who's come through 2 matches already, and she will face Charlie Follett from Great Britain. Follett, the higher seed, ranked 8th, but Castaudi loves the fencing DE round.
It's really just playing with the time card here. Follett waiting for Castaudi's move, given she has the priority. Just keeping the distance between her opponent.
25 seconds left.
And there you see Castaudi tried to go for the flesh, but Follett just steps back and riposts. Tried to go for the foot there and finish it up high.
Disciplined performance from Follett though, isn't it? Hand staying in the right position, footwork looking neat.
Now they'll have to fix the time. I think ref didn't quite press the pause button there. So we'll take it down to, I think it was about 10 seconds, 11 seconds.
We're about to find out. But very disciplined performance from Charlie Follett. She looks neat on her feet, and look at the point. She's trying to go around the wrist the whole time. Classic épée hit there. Circular C's coming underneath the blade, picking it up, and then driving it down into octave to finish. If you know your fencing terminology. Castaudi, though, is not done yet. It's time to score 2, and she needs to, Castaudi.
Now in this position, all Follett needs to do is transition to the back of the piece, but it's Castaudi launches for another flesh. She does not back down. And there we see, clocks out, victory for Follett. Such a great run from Castaudi.
It was a great run, wasn't it? She really is performing out of the top drawer at the moment, Castaudi. She looked happy with the result, but it was an accomplished fence from Charlie Follett of Great Britain to make it through to the semi-finals, and you can see just how happy she is. And that circular cease octave finish, or circular cease disengage, to be more precise, was what saw Follett through. Well, now the crowd are going to go wild as Elzbieta Adamataiti comes out, #2 seed after the fencing ranking round. She goes up against Olivia Green. Olivia Green has moved to a new coach, John Willis, in Great Britain. One of the best men's FS, if not the best in the generation that Great Britain have produced, who's now coaching the pentathletes, and Olivia Green is one of his athletes. Not many British fencers have won World Cups over the last 20 years, but John Willis has won at least 2, the massive one in Heidenheim. So not a bad man to have in your camp.
With that strong, broad, agile stance.
Have been struggling to get past Adamataiti. She's in her comfort zone, in her side of the piece. You don't want to get too close to Adamataiti. She's just on point with her target control. She's also got her hand towards the outside of her body. And that sort of lures her opponent in to try go for her hand, but then she just picks it up onto...
We saw this tactic from her yesterday, and as a fencer, you look at this and you go, well, why aren't her opponents taking Adamatiti's blade? She's got a very clear tactic, but the real reason is because it's almost impossible. She deceives everything, and now she's got the lead. She is going to be full of confidence.
Green scores a single light. This changes things up for Green. Could she do it again?
She's going to have to attack her because Adamatiti is going to stay defensive. Doubles won't count at this point. Oh my goodness! How has she done something that no other fencer has managed to achieve here in Kaunas and find a way through Adamatiti?
That was incredible. I'd love to see the replay. So she beats her blade towards the outside, and it's that straight arm action that Green gets. She's clocked it. She's found the loophole.
So the two Brits are through to the semi-finals. Who will they face? They're about to find out. Next up on piste, it's Karbownik from Poland, who's taking on Song of Korea.
Touching each other's face, making sure their equipment works. The masks come on, the smiles come on, and the battle begins between Karbownik from Poland and Seung from Korea.
So Seung came in ranked 6th for this one. Karbownik ranked 14th, taking out Ogzukshaw, the 3rd seed. So she could be on a giant killing mission if we were to go by rankings alone.
Given that she's picked up the first points, and now Seung is in the position to look for that flesh attack. She takes 6 on to her opponent. Watch how Seung lifts up her arm and trying to lure her opponent into her arm, but Karbownik just nipped it underneath. A bit of a risky move from Seung.
Well, they both go past each other before that hit was registered, so it was annulled. Oh, Karbownik super fast with that hand. Hard to tell whether that was a deliberate second intention there. It looked like the attack was full on from Karbownik. That one was certainly full on. Karbownik's taken out Ogzukshaw, the number 3 seed, and it looks like she's going to take out the number 6 seed here. This is some move for Karbownik.
Seung picks it up. It was close quarters. Seung needs 2 more points. But as Karbownik picks up that 5th point.
Well, the giant killing continues for the Pole. She's through to the semi-finals where she'll face Olivia Green. And it was a great fight back from Seung, but she just didn't have enough in the end. And as you said, Alida, getting that early lead is so important.
I like to think it was a bit of a large parry that Seung was making use of, and Karbownik was just waiting for her to make that first move, to disengage and look for the gap to her opponent. But we have an all-Egyptian match, Ismail and Khalil. And we know they'll be familiar with each other's moves. They'll know what to expect from each other.
Well, this for the final place in the semi-finals. The 2 Egyptians going for this. Now, this is really critical in the mix-up here. Khalil came in ranked 4th, Ismail ranked 5th. So if Khalil wins, she'll hold station, unless she goes further into the fencing competition. If Ismail was to win, she will overtake Khalil. It's only the first discipline, and Ismail does land her first hit. It's only the first discipline, but there's a bit of bragging rights, isn't it, when two teammates go up against each other?
Imagine the courage it takes to get up on the stage in front of this giant crowd. All the lights on you. And a trip to the top 4.
Some dynamic footwork between these two athletes, in and out. But Khalil is towards the back of the piece, and that's where Ismail timed it for her flesh.
I think Khalil thought she'd stepped away far enough from that one, but Ismail had a little bit of extra reach in it. What does Ismail do here? Sit back and soak up the pressure? No. But it was an error to go after Khalil. Khalil was ready for that one. Now the pressure's back on Malak Ismail. It's the lower seed. She needs to score in these 11 seconds, a single light.
So no point there. Ismail did pass her opponent. Time is ticking. Ismail looking for the gap, but it's Khalil with that straight arm onto target.
Clever tactic, wasn't it? Ismail didn't think she was going to attack her, and twice in a row, she's gone in on preparation.
And she's done it. Khalil will move on to the next round, but a great run from Ismail. She almost had it with that first point that she scored.
It's just maturity beyond her years, isn't it? Going 1-0 down, you thought she might panic a little bit, and inside the final few seconds, she was able not only to get level, but to produce a couple of stunning attacks into preparation to make it through to the semi-finals. I'm right in thinking Malak Ismail's just 20 years old. She's still young. It must be frustrating for her to have a 14-year-old teammate that keeps beating her. We move on to the semi-finals of the fencing direct elimination. Charlie Follett of Great Britain will now take on Farida Khalil for a place in the fencing final, the first of 5 disciplines, remember, in this modern pentathlon world championships.
Follett with her guard a bit higher than the normal traditional on-guard position. Whereas Khalil takes Follett's blade straight into a lunge attack. Will stop hit onto Khalil's arm.
She learnt from that first hit, didn't she, not to allow Khalil to take hold of her blade. Puts her fencer in control.
Oh, beautiful from Follett. Another stop hit on her step backwards.
You can see the difference in styles that you were talking about. Hand a lot higher, but it's also a lot further out for the British fencer, which means that she can pick off those stop hits. She can catch her opponent on preparation as well. And Khalil, at the moment, being out-fenced.
It's almost as if Khalil cannot take Follett's blade. She's just disengaging so fast. And there's just no time for Khalil to take control of the bout. But as Khalil launches for a flesh attack, Khalil just needs 2 more points where she can play with parity, but it's a victory for Follett.
Well, this is a great run from the British fencer, ranked 8th coming into this. She's taken out Edidia then Castaudi, and now the number 4 seed, Khalil, to make it through to the fencing final. She will climb the modern pentathlon ranking for this World Championship final before the obstacle course.
Olivia Green could enter Peace Day going up against Carbonic of Poland.
See Coach Tom Toulis cheering her on.
Will he be super happy and see 2 British fencers in the final. Olivia Green comes out and she's up against Poland's Małgorzata Karbownik. Super neat footwork from the British fencer closest to us.
Well, Karbownik launched herself for that lunge, but Green taking a blade with 6, riposte. Green's guard just all in one place, also waiting to disengage. All on target. I think it was just underneath Karbownik's hand there.
It's all done on the base, though. It's all done on the foundation, on the feet. That little small steps, the neat hand, as you're saying, out quite far as well, like her teammate. She's just using distance as the weapon here and keeping a disciplined hand, as you say.
But with that disciplined hand, she's making use of the half steps. Try and get a reaction from Karbownik, where she responds. See that front foot making those hop steps forward. 4th point for Green. Karbownik really struggling to get a point here. See, Karbownik realizes she needs to take 2 parries before launching onto attack because Green is just so awake with those disengages.
In close quarters, Karbownik stops and Green finishes the job off. The 2 British athletes, or 2 of the 3 British athletes, have made it through to the final of the fence here, the first of 5 disciplines at the Pentathlon World Championships here in Kaunas, Lithuania. What was Karbownik doing here?
I think she locked in on Cart, tried to get past, but it was Green who just didn't stop until ref called halt.
Didn't know what.
Almost froze.
Yeah, exactly. It was crazy, but it means that the 2 Brits, smiling as they are right now, face each other for the win in the fence. And this is going to be an interesting one because we know that the British performance director is here. And for sure, they'll be leaving the fencers to this. Pentathlon fencers, that is.
Well, it's another training bout for these 2 Brit athletes. But it's Green picks up that first point. Retreats on to hand. Green with a 2-1 lead.
30 seconds left. Charlie Follett scores to make it 2-2. These athletes know each other so well.
Ref is just asking Follett to straighten out her blade. As you can see, there was a bit of a bend and curvature that she had there.
It provides a massive advantage. She can go over the top of the guard and onto the hand, but that is a beauty of a hit from Green.
Follett trying to get onto Green's hand, using it as a setup for an attack. Follett retreats and picks it up on Green.
It's interesting to see that these 2 are really going for it here. They're not just letting time run down and then go for just one hit at the end. They are both trying to get the victory.
Confirmed double touch.
She finished just outside the medals in the men's competition, cheering them on, supporting them here. And it is Green who takes the victory in the fence. That was some impressive fencing from her. We know that she's been working hard with her coach back home on the fencing discipline to get herself an early lead in this new format of modern pentathlon. Well, what a fence for Great Britain here in the first discipline of this World Championship final. Olivia Green coming out on top ahead of her teammate, Charlie Follett. And the route through to the final for the two Brits was not easy. Follett beating Khalil, and Green taking out the number 2 seed, Adamataiti from Lithuania. They made it through to the final. Green edging it 5-4 for the win in the fence. And after the fence, this is how the standings change. Both Green and Follett moving up 6 places, but look at Karbovnik. She's moved up 10 places to 4th. Farida Khalil also managed to move up a place despite going out in the semi-finals to 3rd place. A drop for Adamataiti. And this is the middle of the pack, the chasing pack. A climb of 9 places for Castaldi in the middle order, but a drop from 8 places for Tonyeti, 7 for Ozyuksio. The points all important, building up to the handicap for the laser run. The bottom of the order sees all the athletes dropping down, apart from Kazale, who was already 18th. So we've had the first discipline. Let's take a look back at the action on the piste. The pistes have done their job here at these World Championships. The British contingent coming out 1st and 2nd. But all 18 athletes now move on to the treachery of the obstacles. This is the newest of the disciplines in pentathlon. 8 obstacles need to be tackled, and on a curve here this year, inside of this basketball venue, we put a curve onto it, and we've managed to get someone to run through with a camera on their heads. Talk us through this, Alida.
Yep, so thanks again to Kevin Donahue, OCR specialist. He is the voice of this competition as he shows us how it's done through the tilted ladders. Athletes were making use of lâchers, which ultimately means letting go. And this is the over, under, and through. The 5th part of the obstacle, the ascension bars. So ultimately, each bar is a bit higher than the previous. The giant steps, which is just the start off to this swinging globes. It is all about grip strength here. And I have to say, they are a bit slippy, these swinging globes, so it's really important to grab on top of the ball. And they stick the landing before a sprint finish. Eyes up on this part of the obstacle, and to clock off with this finish buzzer.
I'm tired just watching it. I mean, it is incredibly difficult. The challenge of these overhead obstacles are really tricky. They'll come up in or come out in reverse ranking order. The bottom of the floor, Louison Casselet and Blanca Guzzi will come out in the first heat. They go out in pairs, but it is not a race just against your opponent. It's a race against the clock. The fastest time is what makes the difference. Cannot Juxil make it through from the middle of the pack to gain on the leaders? Castaldi has already made big moves, and she is paired up with Song in heat number 6. Malak Ismail in heat number 7 will be looking to climb, as will Farida Khalil in heat 8, who is super fast over the obstacles. The two Brits coming out last. So first out, Louison Cazelet in lane A, which is on the far side of our picture, going up against Blanca Guzzi of Hungary in lane B, closest to us with the green shorts and red top. Times of around 33, 34 seconds, not too bad. If you can go faster, you're going to make moves up the rankings. Off they go then through what looks like a fairly easy obstacle, but it's all about getting off that giant wheel with enough momentum to go into the tilted ladders. Now agility through the over, under and through obstacle, and then up onto these really challenging ascending bars. They make it look easy, but those bars get higher and higher each time. Big steps build up again to momentum on the curve for the swinging globes. And this is where we'll see the athletes using different techniques to try and get momentum to come up the wall. And you saw Guzzi looking up ahead of her, as Alida said, to get up the wall fast, both 34 seconds and some change. Not a bad start in heat number 1.
Not a bad start at all. These athletes just making it safely through the obstacle course. Watch them tackle through the ascending bars. And you can really just see the reach that athletes use with that twisting of their torso. We're moving on to heat number 2. Whittaker in lane A and Yurt in lane B. Well, action off and away. Steps into the big wheel. Whittaker onto the tilted ladder, but Yurt falls down. Yurt down on the tilted ladders. We'll need to repeat that section. Safely through the tilted ladders with Whittaker onto the ascending bars. She goes for the second one and using that left to right hand over. These landings are so crucial in the obstacles. So you can see Whittaker using the hand to hand. She'll make this safely through. It'll be under 50 seconds for Whittaker. She takes a look to her hands. And Yurt finishing it off, but it did cost her those tilted ladders.
The top time to beat is still Guzzi from Hungary at 34:15.
Measured approach from Emma Whittaker. 44 seconds, 10 seconds below. We should take a look back, and there's the miss from Yurt.
Whittaker did have a fall on the tilted ladders in the semi-finals, and she's really redeemed herself, made it safely through. So great stuff from Whittaker.
Heat number 3, up and ready. Italy's Valentina Martinescu on the far side on lane A. Blanca Bauer of Hungary closest to us. They go. Nice little rhythm there from the Italian, but Blanca Bauer, like Yurt, failing through the tilted ladders, and the Italian now off on her own. Misses the first ascending bar. The handover technique used by her as well. And now around the bend and onto the globes. Misses the first, grabs to the second. The momentum's pretty good here. And using the backhand as a sort of a spring to launch herself off, and a good climb of the wall as well at the end. 34, nearly 35 seconds for Martinescu. Recovering from the fall in the tilted ladders. Blanca Bauer also climbing the wall, but not getting the right momentum up the wall. Had to use her upper body. Just a handful over 50 seconds for Blanca Bauer.
Please welcome the
Well, just did not, she just didn't time the leap for the tilted ladders, did Bauer.
I think she almost shied away a bit. She realized, oh, she's not going to make it. She might as well just get another jump. But up next, heat number 4, Mercury of Italy in lane A and Laura Heredia in lane B. Action and up and away. Giant wheel straight into the tilted ladders. Making use of a swing back. Mercury commits to that last swing. Pops over, under, and through. She'll go for that first ascending bars. And hand over movements here, but it's Laura Heredia catching up now. Swinging glows for Mercury. But it's Heredia now catching up now. Look at the reach she's generating. They're going to land together, sprint finish. They have to keep their eyes up at the finish wall. In sync, these two athletes. What a comeback from Heredia. 42 seconds for both these athletes.
Amazing comeback. I think Mercury was taking a measured approach to that. She seems relatively happy with her performance over the obstacles, but Heredia had so much momentum through the ascending bars and then through these tricky swinging globes. And as she came up the wall, her head was up, eyes on the top, and she ended up hitting the buzzer before the Italian. Great comeback from the Spaniard. Now, heat 5, Ilka Zuxel from Turkey on the far side in lane A against Aurora Tognetti of Italy. Good momentum from the Italian Tognetti into the tilted ladders, and that's how she's overtaken the athlete from Turkey. Great agility through there. Perhaps she could go a bit faster, misses the first ascending bar, just loses a tiny bit of momentum, but not enough to slow her down completely. Now, can she keep the rhythm going through the swinging globes? Looks good so far, skips the last two. Look up to the top of the wall. She didn't quite do it at the beginning, but she remembered, I need to get my eyes up, and got in 3-4 steps. Azuxel struggling through, and she is going to struggle over the top for a finish. 32 seconds for Azuxel, really good time. 43 for the athlete from Turkey, Tognetti. Magical time.
Well, that was brilliant stuff from Tognetti. I mean, watch what she did on the tilted ladders, using that one arm grab and release. She's got the time to beat at 32 seconds.
The slow motion really does betray the effort that Tognetti's putting in. She looks like it's easy. She's not really trying. Brilliant run, fastest so far.
Well, heat number 6, Castaudi in lane A and Shong lane B. Castaudi and Shong head-to-head from the big wheel onto the tilted ladders. Castaudi onto the third tilted ladder. She doesn't quite stick to that swing, but it's Shong and Castaudi head-to-head, over, under, and through. They'll go to the first ascending bars. Snappy hands from Castaudi. Brilliant. Quick feet here. She'll go to the first swinging globes. Watch that reach. She doesn't make use of a swing back. And boom, onwards and upwards for Castaudi. 36 seconds for Castaudi. And Shong, will she get just under 45 seconds? 44 for Shong.
Both losing a bit of time on the tilted ladders there. Castaudi, nevertheless, getting a 36-second lap. She's so fast through the ascending bars. It really does look easy when she's doing it. I tell you, it really isn't. Those shoulders, muscles in the upper arms, absolutely burning. Now we have heat number 7, Malak Ismail of Egypt on the far side, one of the shortest athletes in the field, going up against Elżbieta Adomaitytė from Lithuania, hence all the noise. Well, keen to get off the mark. Mataitis, just a little hesitation there. Oh, look at Ismail. She's dropped backwards, though. Momentum not good enough. She's going to lose places here over the obstacles. And Mataitis has taken advantage here, and she is flying through the ascending bars. Goodness me, that was beautiful right at the start. And now into the globes. Can she keep that momentum? She tries this sideways approach, which we haven't seen from many other athletes here. Mataitis up the finishing wall, getting a big boost from the cheer of the crowd, and she finishes just under 40 seconds. Malak Ismail, with the error, climbs up the finishing wall, and she is just under 50 seconds. She won't be happy with that.
It just goes to show the importance of sticking the landing, but very unfortunate for Khalil. But what a run from Mataitis with the whole crowd behind her. And it was just here where Khalil misstepped. You can see how she propelled her hips towards the air. Now you don't want to blink for these two athletes, Karbovnik in lane A and Khalil lane B. Let the run begin. Karbovnik and Khalil. Khalil will do 3 actions on the tilted ladders, but so does Karbovnik. Up and away for Khalil. What will she do on the ascending bar? She doesn't quite do the 3 actions again, but giant steps for her. So 8 globes. She goes for globe number 2, 4, and 6. Will she skip those last 2 globes? Onwards and upwards for Khalil. And she misses the buzzer, but it doesn't matter. She's got it. And it's 30 seconds for Khalil and 33 for Karbovnik.
Well, you did warn us not to blink. There was no chance there. Absolutely brilliant performance from the pair of them. Going to end up at the top of the order here. But, linked laches through the tilted ladders, as you called it, the 3 moves through the tilted ladders really get her off to a great start. But that was the slip at the end. She just went for the buzzer just a little early. She could have been under 30 seconds. Fastest time set by Farida Khalil. Now the 2 Brits, Charlie Follett in lane A, Olivia Green in lane B. These are the last 2 to run in the obstacles.
We just saw them face off in the fencing final, and there it was Olivia Green. Now Charlie Follett has a chance to get some payback. Charlie Follett to the 3rd ladder, along with Olivia Green.
Well, Olivia Green storming through as quick as she can, but it's Charlie Follett who is leading this. She skips the first ascending bar, so 2 different techniques from the 2 athletes. And Follett's just holding on to that lead at the moment. How does she fare in the swinging globes? Now, did Olivia Green have a little struggle there at the end of the ascending bars? It looks like she did. She's dropped away, but trying to fight her way back into this. This isn't going to be the fastest time for sure, but there was an element of measure for the 2 Brits there. 42 seconds for Follett, 46 for Green.
2 Brits safely through the OCR course. They're still in the top 10 bracket, but the fight is not over. Given Pentathlon, it's all until the finish line.
You can see Green digging deep. Follett just found those ascending bars a little bit easier. Not saying they're easy at all. She just, relatively speaking, found it easier. Measured approach from the leading Brits. They will drop down the order. And a nod of approval between the 2 of them. I think, despite the slightly slower times, they're happy to get through the obstacles without any penalties and without any issue or elimination. Farida Khalil jumping 3 places with the fastest time over the obstacles, but look at Aurora Tonieti. She's jumped up 7 places. She's back in the top 3 with Karbovnik of Poland in the middle at 2. Charlie Follett's dropped 3 places. It's her teammate who's dropped 5 to 7th. Martinescu climbing along with Gutzi and Casali. Casali up to 10th now after a brilliant run on the obstacles. A drop of 10 places from Malik Ismail to 15. She is going to have to fight back in the pool. The obstacle course is done along with the fence. Before we move on to the pool, let's look back at the action over the OCR. Well, the obstacles are behind the athletes now. 18 still in the running for this world title as the athletes move away from the main indoor arena, still inside this amazing Sagiris venue for the swim. 50-meter pool here. It's absolutely beautiful as well, as you can see. 4 laps for the athletes to contend with here in the swimming pool. They will go out again in reverse order. 3 heats of 6 athletes, with the highest rank within that 6 closest to us in lane 1. But it does mean that we have a situation where some of the fastest swimmers are in the further lanes away. It is a challenge because now they are looking to see whether they need to push hard in the pool to give themselves a run in the laser run, or whether they can serve a bit of energy for their laser run. Let's find out a little bit more about the transition to the pool from Małgorzata Karbownik.
My name is Małgorzata Karbownik from Poland. I'm very happy that I can start here because that will be my first senior world championship. Well, I'm very happy that I can start with very good athletes, older than me. And I'm a little bit stressful, but that's good. I think we need the stress to be better. For me, is before obstacle course and swimming pool is too less time because I am girl and I need a few minutes more to wear my suit in the swimming pool. But I have routine and I know what I have to do. I'm very excited. I can't wait because I know this competition will be an amazing. Organization is incredible. I can wait when I have hope can be start my family, my friends. Big excited, a little bit stressed, but that's good. I'm very happy.
A little bit of stress, just a little bit of stress. It's only the World Championships.
But I mean, spoken with so much maturity, she talks about taking stress and moving it into motivation. And I mean, that's really important. And it's more than just a physical game, but a mental game throughout the whole pentathlon.
And a nice nod from all the athletes, actually, about the organisation that's been put on here by our Lithuanian hosts. They have done a cracking job, not only of looking after the athletes, which is obviously priority number 1, but putting on a wonderful show. It really is showcasing the modern era. Back to the sport, though. Here is the first heat of the swim, the 3rd discipline of this World Championship final. The athletes are out and ready. The fastest athlete in the lineup in heat number 1 is Maria Mercuri from Italy. She swam a 2:16.77 this season. Ilka Özüksel from Turkey in lane number 1, closest to us, has the second fastest time. In lane 3, Ismail, 4, Whitaker, 5, Bauer, and Yurt is in lane number 6. You've got to fancy that all of these athletes will be looking to get the best possible swim time they can, because they really need to get up here to challenge in the concluding double header of the laser run. Off we go then, heat number 1, they're in the pool. Özüksel from Turkey in 1, Italy's Mercuri in 2, Ismail of Egypt in 3, Great Britain's Whitaker in 4, Hungary's Bauer in 5, and Switzerland's Yurt on the far side of the pool in lane number 6. Now, questions here. What's going to happen in lane number 3? Malak Ismail, she's going to want to be in the mix for the laser run. She feels she's going to have to put down a massive time. It is the Italian, the fastest in the pool here in heat number 1, Mercuri, who gets to the turn first.
Well, we'll be looking around times on average is about 2:20, 2:23. So if athletes can try just get underneath that 2:20 mark, can really set themselves apart from the rest of the field. And we have Mercuri, who has a seed time of 2:16. So she's looking to build herself up the ranks. You can see she's bringing out the legs now in that second 50. The turns and underwater are so crucial in a 200 meter, and if you can use them to your advantage, you can really nip off a few seconds. So take note, in modern pentathlon, every second you can swim faster, you score an extra 2 modern pentathlon points.
Yeah, those points all important, accumulated over these first 3 disciplines for the laser run. The person with the highest number of points after the first 3 disciplines will go out first in the laser run. And every point you're behind the leader is a second in time handicap for the laser run. So time's all important, but you've got to balance it up against saving something in the tank. You don't want to blow up in the swimming pool, because there's not much time to recover for that laser run.
Spoken like a true pentathlete, Cody. But yeah, no, it's a really important point there. And I mean, given that this is the last heat, so athletes could even try be putting in a PB, knowing that medals might not be all in sight for them. But athletes will still be fighting for that top 10 finish, top 5 finish. But what a swim from Mercuri. Will she just get under 2:16? It is a 2:16 finish for her. She'll be pleased with that. It's around her personal best time.
Whitaker coming in second, Ismail third, 4th and 5th pretty close as well. Özüksel just pipping Bauer. And a Yurt coming up the rear. 2:32.78 for her. And she put in a really brave laser run in the semi-finals, Yurt. Is she going to find herself too far back to contend for the medals? Take a look back over the first heat of the swim. It's over before you know it. 2 minutes 20 seconds, 2 minutes 30 seconds. Doesn't last long. Unsurprisingly, it's the Italian who's led the way with the fastest time in the heat. How well the remaining 12 athletes challenge that time. How much do they want to challenge it? That's the real question. That's the mystery of the swim in modern pentathlon. So, heat number 2. Olivia Green of Great Britain going out in lane number 1, but it's lane number 3 who's had the second fastest swim in the heats, Blanca Guzzi. And surprisingly, it's the Italian Valentina Martinescu in lane 2 who has the fastest time through qualification, 2:09.58. That's an incredibly fast time. Green in 1, Martinescu in 2, Guzzi in 3, Casselet of France in 4, Xiong in 5. Dear. Lane number 6. The slowest time in the swim in qualification out of these 6, but we expect Martinescu to put in some swim here. I suspect she'll climb up into the top 6 after the swim. We will find out soon. Off off we go then. Heat number 2, closest to us, Olivia Green of Great Britain in lane 2, Valentina Martinescu. Lane 3, Hungary's Blanca Gudzi. Lane 4, Louison Castellet. Lane 5, Sean Sumin. And lane 6, Laura Heredia of Spain.
Well, given Martinescu has a seeding time of 2:09, it's quite interesting to look at the swimming world record in the 50-meter pool. It was set by Sofia Foldazzi at the Junior European Championships, and that currently sits at a 2:08. That was set in 2011, so no one has beat that for over a decade.
Amazing. Nearly 2 decades. Well, Martinescu absolutely ploughing through the water here. We've got a PB of 2:11.89 for Martinescu on the screens, but she swam a 2:09.58 here in qualification, smashing her own personal best. So turning just over 30 seconds at the 100-meter mark per lap, 32 seconds average lap time for the Italian. Not too far behind her, Blanca Gudzi in second place. And Xiong, Olympic medalist from Paris 2024, moving up to third.
Martinescu turning on for that third 50. This is where she needs to dig deep. It is a middle distance sprint, so you got to mentally prepare for it to hurt in this last 50.
You can see Martinescu just sucking up the air a little bit more regularly now as the lactic builds in those muscles. She's put in a massive swim here. What's the time going to be? Well, a 2:12.24 for first place, coming in next to Blanca Gudzi with a 2:17.52. Xiong comes in at 2:20.32, Green just behind 2:21.72. These are all great times. A good swim from Heredia as well. A 2:26.23 for her. Castellet coming in 6th place, but what a swim from Martinescu. 2:16.32 set by Mercury. The Italians love the pentathlon swim. Well, finishing things off, Martinescu really put everything into that. You can see her efforts. Have they paid off? We'll wait for the final 6 athletes to come out. This is the top of the order. Farida Khalil has the fastest swim here in Kaunas in qualification of 2:17.29. Margosota Karbovnik in lane 2, second fastest in this heat. They are looking nice and relaxed. In lane 3, we'll have Italy's Aurora Tognetti. Charlie Follett, Great Britain in 4. Rebecca Castaudi of France in lane number 5. And then Lithuania's Elzbieta Adamataiti in lane number 6.
So Farida currently sits with an 11-second head start. She'll be looking to extend that lead where she can comfortably start for the beginning of the laser run. I'm calling it. I think Khalil is going to put in a big swimming time.
We shall wait and see. Martinescu, top of the order at the moment, fastest time of a 2:12.24. Be some challenge for Khalil. Heat number 3 of the Modern Pentathlon World Championship swim for the women. Up and running then in the pool. We have Khalil closest to us in lane number 1, Karbovnik in 2, Tognetti in 3, Follett in 4, Castaudi in 5, and Adamataiti in 6. And being in the top 6 on home soil, she's giving herself a chance here. Can she stay in the top 10 after the swim? She's already falling behind here, along with Charlie Follett.
And watch that distance that Khalil gets on that underwater with her turns. You can really see has her arms and hands into the water. She just follows through to the end, and it's that catch towards the hips that she drives. This is the first 100 meter, and this is where she's going to start bringing the legs out. Karbovnik looking to the right of her with Aurora Tognetti sitting on about 2nd position, and Khalil turning on a 106 split. She should be going for a time around 2:17, 2:18 with the pace that she's setting.
That'll keep her well in the top 4, top 5 of the swimming times. It's so efficient, isn't it? She stays with the rhythm, head just starting to move up a little higher, certainly when she's turning to the left. A little look to the wall then as well.
She's breathing left and right in every second stroke, trying to get as much oxygen in. This is where the lactic builds up. She's using the oxygen to fight against that lactic buildup. But no, she'll be putting her head down towards the end.
So important to get those big gulps of air as you come into the final 25 meters. And it's really amazing to see how hard she's gone. A 2:17.95 on the nose, you called it. Tognetti with a 2:21.2 in 2nd place. Karbovnik coming in 2:25.17, just ahead of Follett, who really did well to close the gap up. Castaldi in 5th place. Adamaitaiti with a 2:33.73, and that is the slowest time so far in the pool. The Lithuanian is going to drop through the rankings here. So the build-up of modern pentathlon points for the handicap is over now. The handicap laser run to finish things off. Khalil keen to get out and use as much time in this transition to get ready for the laser run. As we take a look back at a quite fabulously paced swim from her. Surely she put a lot in for that last 50 meters. But the rhythm was all there for the setup on this final dash to the end of the pool. Well, we await the conclusion of the scorer's view of the swim here, because we've had 3 disciplines. We now will know very, very shortly how the athletes will line up for the laser run. Here we go then. After the swim, Farida Khalil on 867 points is well over, she'll have well over a 20-second head start. A climb from Martinescu in the pool of 5 places puts her up into 3rd. 867, the important number to remember, because every single point lower than that is a handicap in the laser run. Green moving up along with Gutsi, Xiong and Mercury. Ismail's moved into the top 12, but look how far behind she will be her teammate in that laser run. The handicap system sets us up for a thrilling finish. Falls from Kazale, Ozuksho and Heredia, and Whitaker, Bauer and Yurt bringing up the rear in 16th, 17th and 18th. So we've had the 3 disciplines to line up for the handicap. Before we move on to that laser run, let's take a look back at the action from the pool. Well, the pool has done its job here in Kaunas at these World Championships. We've had the three solo disciplines of the fence, the obstacle, and the swim. Now we move on to the combined laser run, the run shoot, as it used to be called. 5 laps of the 600-meter course, both inside and outside. At the end of each lap, they will visit this 10-meter range. You need to hit the target 5 times. 5 green lights is what we are looking for. And then the athletes will, after their 4th visit to the range, work their way around the outside part of the track before coming in. And then, through the final tight bends, the person crossing the line first will become the 2025 Pentathlon World Champion. The transition here for these athletes. They come out of the pool, they get out of their wet suits, and then they get in wet costumes, and they get into the dry. They've also got time now to just go through the last rehearsals. As we take a look, point of view look at the course here, it is very, very tight, the track here, and that's why we need to go outside to complete the 600 meters, and this tight bend has caused some problems. This is the hardest one of the bends.
Yeah, I think it was early on today we saw James Hume, who had a bit of a fall on this hairpin turn. So it's all about these quick steps, quick feet around the turns, but also on the uphill.
Well, this is pretty hard, especially towards the end, coming uphill and back into the arena. The crowd get to see the outside on the big screens in the arena, which you'll see as we come through around the bends, which have tape on them. There was a threat of rain here over the past couple of days, but we managed to stay dry. That tape was put down specifically to help the athletes with their grip around this slippy concrete. Now, just a little turn into the range, come around what was the fencing piece into the range, and now you get a view of what the athletes will see. The red lights need to be turned to green before they can move on. They'll come into the range 4 times. The leader and I have to make sure we count those 4 times they come in, but once they've visited the range for the 4th time, this is the 600-meter sprint to the finish line. The world title up for grabs. They won't be going quite as fast as this, but as they cross the line, the first person will have their hands in the air because they'll be celebrating the world title. Well, as they prepare, will be interesting to see how Elzbieta Adamataiti does here on home soil. She'll start in 11th place, and we were lucky enough to have a word with her.
Hey, I'm Elza from Lithuania, and I want to talk about the transition from the swimming to the laser run. And I think for me and for most of the athletes, this transition is one of the hardest because it's after swimming, you feel physically very tired and drained, and it's almost the last discipline. And coming back to the laser run, you are shaky after the OCR and the swim. So all you need to do is focus on the shooting. You don't have a lot of time, and it's all about just calming your nerves, calm your breathing, and make sure that you get your shooting technique right and do a few strides. And most importantly is just to calm your mind and be ready for the last challenge. I think most important for me is being happy and being positive in every situation. So if I feel like there's a bad thought coming into my head, or that I feel like I'm a bit low, I try to be make myself more positive, listen to some music, maybe talk with my coach that I maybe feel a little bit down, and try to appreciate and be grateful that what I have and that I'm healthy and I can be here. So it's always a perspective. So always taking the better perspective and just being grateful for myself and for the people around me, and trying to make the best out of all the situations that we have.
Yeah, it is all about perspective, but in a World Championship final on home soil, she's going to want to perform here. She's going to be, in 11th place, 67 seconds behind the leader, Farida Khalil. Has she got a chance here of making the medals, or is she just looking for a top 10 finish, perhaps?
Well, I don't want to rule it out at all. And I mean, she does have a strong laser run, and she will be using the crowd to support her. But yeah, she will put in a strong performance. I'd like to point out that we will be looking for some fast times on this lap. So the fastest course record we have is set by Gunnar Algendi at 11:35. And I'm telling you, if Olivia Green can put in her best laser run time in this course, she could threaten a medal position.
Yeah, along with Gutsi as well. She's got a good laser run in her as well. Castaudi in the range as well, coming out in 8th place. But we've got to ask the question, 26-second lead for Farida Khalil. As we look at Rebecca Castaudi going through her final preparations in the range, along with Ado Maitaiti. But the lead for Khalil is huge. Song Sin-min will come out for Korea 59 seconds behind. Tonyeti's in 4th place. So teammate Martinescu comes into the range. She's in 3rd place. They're 32 and 33 seconds, or yeah, 32 and 33 seconds behind the leader. And look at them just preparing. No blinker used for the Italian.
Athletes are trying to get their last few shooting series in, but you don't want to do too much shooting. You don't want to get a wrong shoot in this moment. Ideally, you just want to sort of focus on visualization, which is a big theme in modern pentathlon.
Well, Green trying to get in as much as she can in the range, but they're being told by the officials it's time to leave the range and prepare for the start. The question here, leader, is can anyone catch Farida Khalil? She's got a 26-second lead at the front.
I think, yep, Khalil's going to have to tie those shoes up because she's in for a run of her money.
She's under 17, under 19, under 22 world champion, world youth champion in 2025. And she's got a 26-second lead as the world #1 in the senior world championships. Karbovnik will come out 2nd, Martinescu and Tonyeti 3rd and 4th. They're going to be a little tight bunch. Green comes out with teammate Follett 4 seconds behind her. And we think Green could challenge for the podium. If she has a good shoot, she might even challenge Khalil. Gutsi, Castaudi, Olympic medalist Song coming out 7th, 8th and 9th. But they are a long way back, 51, 52 and 59 seconds. Can anyone come from this far back in the field? Last two athletes, Bauer and Yurt, coming out together on 1 minute 30 seconds behind, 90 seconds behind. They are actually really handicapped by 1 minute 45 seconds and 2 minutes and 8 seconds. So their times will be recalculated at the end. I think they'll struggle to challenge the podium from there. Khalil looking to do the slam. There are whispers that if she was to do it, it's going to be called the Farida Slam. 4 world titles in 1 year. That would be something very impressive for an athlete who is just 14 years old. Have we got, well, we definitely got history in the making. This is the first time that we've had a global competition with this format. Whoever wins it is going to be a history maker. But is it going to be the 14-year-old sensation from Egypt? Final prep as the athletes line up to challenge the run shoot for the world title, checking their start times. Karbovnik coming out 2nd place, 26 agonizing seconds behind Khalil. You've got to think that Karbovnik, Martinescu, Tonyeti, Green, Follett are all going to be using each other to pace themselves. They don't want to go out too hard, too heavy. They don't want to blow up too early. This is about pacing themselves, but the pressure is all on the 14-year-old. All eyes on her as she comes out. She is going to be a long way around the lap before the second athlete, Karbovnik, comes out. It's time for the laser run here at the World Championships. Oh, a hesitant start then from Farida Khalil out of the blocks. She almost had a little bit of a false start. Then the buzzer went off and off she goes. She's got a very, very healthy lead though in this. 26 seconds before Karbovnik comes out. She's still waiting. She must be eager to come out of the blocks. Still 3 seconds to go. Karbovnik does finally make it out. Now the two Italians, Martinesco and Tognetti, coming out almost together, followed by the two Brits. The two Italians and the two Brits for sure will be working together, pacing each other through it, helping each other on as the Brits leave the starting position. Guzzi out next, followed by Castaldi and Xiong. And they're coming out rapidly now, the Italians working together. Martinescu leading Tognetti. These two chasing down Karbovnik. I wonder if they're going to try and do it in the first run. The big cheer in the crowd is as better. Adamataiti comes out of the starting block a 4 minute and 7 seconds behind the leader. You see the Italians working together in the evening sun here, trying to just close the gap up to Karbovnik from Poland.
This is the first lap of 5. Khalil is entering the arena now and she has a strong lead. She's putting in a strong first lap. But it's Karbovnik, Martinescu and Tognetti creating the leading pack. Tognetti picking up and just side by side with her teammate.
Tognetti moving up into 3rd position. She feels that she can have a little bit extra pace, but perhaps they're also providing a bit of drag release for each other, the two Italians. Khalil into the range for the first shoot. Anything inside 10 seconds is an amazing shoot. And we get an 8.37 second shoot for Khalil. She is up and running for her second lap as the trailing pack of two Italians and a Pole coming into the range. Tognetti looks like she's putting quite a bit of effort here. Martinescu comes in and joins her along with Karbovnik. We're looking for the green lights on the left-hand side, 5 of them. Martinescu levels up Karbovnik on 4 now. Karbovnik gets out in second. She maintains her positioning. Tognetti has overtaken Martinescu completely now. Martinescu struggling with the 5th shot. She finally gets it out. 18.65 seconds for the first shoot. Green struggling a little bit now. She doesn't want to spend too much longer. 30.75 from her, but a 12.20 from Guzzi. And those two that you said could challenge are already climbing the order.
Athletes are off and away for their second running lap. It is still early days in this laser run. We're keeping an eye on Green and Guzzi, who are the laser run athletes, but not too far behind is Castaldi of France. Will they have what it takes to make it up to a podium finish?
Castaldi, of course, the European champion from a few weeks ago in Madrid, Spain. That will spur her on, but she has been carrying a little bit of an ankle injury, we hear. Will that hold her up in her bid for a place on the podium? Tognetti has moved up into 2nd position, overtaking Karbovnik, who's already starting to show signs of strain here. Fear for Karbovnik here. The stride is super short for the pole as well, and that won't help up this slope.
It seems like further up in the pack, it is Guzzi and Green neck and neck, and they're picking up pace now onto Martinescu.
Karbovnik looking like she's in a little bit of pain here. The right leg heavily strapped. Tognetti has pulled away from her as Khalil, the leader, is already on her 2nd shoot. Misses the first. And just a little bit of breath needs to be taken by the Egyptian 14-year-old up front. Tognetti coming around the final bend and into the range. Is she closing up as Khalil comes out of the range? A good shoot from Tonyeti here, and she's going to close the gap up to Khalil. Deep breaths.
Deep breaths for Tognetti. You can see the precision target on the right-hand side of your screen. She's got 4 green lights. She's sitting for that first, but it's Karbovnik off and away, the talented shooter. Gucci with a 9-second shoot. Is Guzi going to make a run for money for a comeback? But an 8-second shoot for green. They're on to their running lap.
Gucci, unbelievable. Bronze medalist at the 2025 World Cup final. Ranked number 3 in the world, is putting herself in huge medal contention here. Karbovnik did have a great shoot, but she's already been swallowed up by Tonyeti on the lap outside. Adamaititi in the range and getting the cheer from the crowd here. But Tonyeti not only overtook Karbovnik, but she did it on the really tight outside bend. Gucci sitting in 4th, pacing herself. Olivia Green right behind her. She looks composed at the moment. 2 more visits to the range for these athletes as Gucci tries to come around the outside of Karbovnik. Tonyeti in the silver medal position. Gucci now up into the bronze medal position. She's had some runs starting in 7th place, 51 seconds behind the leader. Karbovnik struggling on the run again.
I'll tell you what, Tognetti is not going to let this one down without a fight. This medal will potentially be her first medal of the season finale, so Tognetti will be looking to put everything into this.
Gucci's come up into 2nd place as Khalil goes into the range.
We have Khalil heading up for her first shooting series, but it's Gucci onto that 2nd position.
Gucci looks so strong. If she has a good shoot here, she could challenge Khalil. Khalil, though, gets 5. Look at the time, 6:56 in the range for Khalil on the 3rd visit. Absolutely astonishing performance from the 14-year-old. Gucci affords herself a little smile as she comes into the range in silver medal position. Karbovnik, Tonyeti coming in together. We get the target graphic up in the top right-hand side of the screen. 2 out of 5. 3 out of 5 for Gucci. Karbovnik, look at her going in the range again. Gucci gets out in 2nd place. Karbovnik in 3rd.
Tognetti off and away. She is sitting on that 4th position now. Will Karbovnik tire out on this 4th running lap?
Well, Tonyeti really struggled in the range for that shoot. Green's come out just behind her, but Gucci coming out at the same time as Karbovnik has already dropped her in the run.
Well, given Khalil's 6-second shoot, it is really a tough call to follow, but Gucci is giving it her all. Tognetti just clipping the heels of Karbovnik now.
Decides not to take her on the tight bend this time. I wonder if Tonyeti's just starting to struggle a little bit. And look at the comparisons there. 2:15 fastest lap from Gucci, 2:25 from Karbovnik. And Karbovnik getting swallowed up by Tonyeti. Can Green close the gap up as well? Gucci absolutely storming through this. Karbovnik's shoot is fantastic, but I don't think she's given herself enough of a lead here to contend for the medals. Tonyeti is going to take her on the track. Now we look behind to Green, Song, Castaldi, all in a group together. Will they be putting this down to the final lap?
I wonder if Tognetti is just pacing herself alongside Karbovnik. This is the 4th running lap that they're about to finish. Athletes are making their way into the arena where you can hear the bell ringing for their last shooting series. It all comes down to this very moment.
Khalil clear out in the lead, in the range. Can she perform like she did in the last shoot? Deep breath, couple of misses. Here comes Gucci into the range. Gutsi is going to come out 5, a 12.36 second shoot for Khalil. Not as good as her third, but not bad at all. Gutsi needs a good shoot here. 2 out of 2. 3 out of 3. 4 out of 4. And she does a 6.94. That's a fantastic shoot from the Hungarian. Tonyeti comes into the range. Karbovnik has had brilliant shoots so far. He's struggling a little bit. Green's in as well, along with Shong. Can Shong swing a surprise here? Tonyeti and Karbovnik out of the range. This is going to come down to the last 600 meters. It looks like Khalil and Gutsi are clear ahead of the group here. Tonyeti is sitting in the bronze medal position at the moment. Green is only just out of the range. She is going to have a big monster 600-meter dash to try and swallow up Tonyeti here.
Well, it's Gutsi who started off in 7th position. She's trailing behind the leader. She's sitting on 2nd. But it's going to be the fight for the bronze medal.
Burning legs for Tonyeti and Karbovnik. Hunting them down. It's Xiong in the background. Xiong's overtaken Green of Great Britain. Is Xiong going to play a part? Xiong from Korea, trying everything. Bronze from Paris will serve as inspiration. She's the reigning champion, but Khalil, Farida Khalil, the 14-year-old from Egypt, is coming around the final 2 bends. Under 17 world champion, under 19 world champion, world youth champion in 2025. She comes into the final straight, and it's gonna be the Farida Slam here in Kaunas, Lithuania. She takes her 4th world title of 2025. What an astonishing 14-year-old. Coming in the silver medal position from 7th place. It's Gutsi from Hungary. What a performance from her. And in the end, she had enough in her legs. Aurora Tonyeti blows kisses to the crowd as she completes the podium with the bronze medal. Karbovnik had enough in the legs to come over in 4th. What a run from Xiong in 5th. Green coming through with Ozuksul in 6th and 7th place. Eredia comes through in 8th. And the crowd go wild here as Malak Ismail goes over the line, followed by Rebecca Castaldi. Martinescu coming through in 11th. A super sprint over the line. But the cheer is for Adamataiti, who comes over the line in 13th place, followed by Follett, Bauer, Yurt, McCurry, and Whitaker. Oh, what a performance, though, from Farida Khalil, clear of everyone else in the field. Tonyeti held on for the bronze medal, but a climb of 5 places by Gutsi got her onto the podium in the silver medal position. It was a huge run from Xiong in the end. She climbed 4 places, the Korean, but just outside the medals. But it is all about Farida Khalil from Egypt. She has taken the gold medal here, her 4th world title of the season. Let's take a look back. Well, it was a shaky start, we have to say, but she had a 26-second lead. Martinescu coming out in 3rd place after Karbovnik came out 2nd. Tonyeti out in 4th place. She is some runner, that Italian. And they came into the range. Khalil just so composed. She's just 14 years old. It's absolutely astonishing how good she is. Karbovnik managed to have a great shoot, but Tonyeti had taken over her opponent, teammate and opponent Martinescu by the 2nd lap. Khalil comes into the range for the 2nd time. It was an astonishing shoot. series from the 14-year-old Egyptian. Tonyeti had pulled ahead by the second shoot, but Karbovnik had an amazing shoot. She regained the lead. But then it was Blanka Gutzi from Hungary who showed us her grit and determination. She put down the power on the track to build herself a podium shot. A sub-7 second shoot for the third visit for Khalil, but you can see how far Gutzi had got ahead of her teammates. Karbovnik struggling. Her struggles continued on the track, but in the range, she was magical. But Farida Khalil, well, she's right out of the top drawer. At 14 years old, she already has the Farida Slam, 4 world titles in 1 year. And she has got a decade ahead of her in this sport. If she can keep up the performances she's been doing now, she's going to be one of the most decorated pentathletes of the modern era. Gutzi taking the silver, Tonyeti blowing kisses to the crowd as she takes the bronze medal. A season's efforts there for all to see. But there's a new queen in modern pentathlon. Laura Asadauskaitė, famed Lithuanian modern pentathlete, gold medal at the London 2012 Olympics, is a superstar in this neck of the woods. But Farida Khalil is the athlete of the modern era. Top of the pile, taking gold here at the 2025 World Championships. Farida Khalil of Egypt. Brilliant run from Blanka Gutzi of Hungary to take the silver medal. And a super performance from Aurora Tonyeti to take the bronze. Karbovnik just missing out, quite having the legs in the run. Xiong of Korea having a brilliant couple of final laps. Olivia Green not quite making it to the podium, finishing in 6th. It was a great performance from Ezekiel and Edidir, climbing 7 places in the laser run. Ishmael climbed 3 to finish inside the top 10, along with Castaldi of France. Martinescu dropped away in the end to finish 11th. Casali of France finishing in 12th. Completing the lineup, well, there was a huge cheer. Unlucky for some, not for Elzbieta Adabataiti, finishing in 13th place. Charlie Follett of Great Britain in 14th. Beatrice Mercuri of Italy, 15th. Britain's Whittaker taking 16th, and Bauer and Yurt completing the final lineup of 18 here at the World Championships. Well, it's been absolutely thrilling for all of us watching. Farida Khalil doing a stunning job. She was red-hot favourite, but at 14 years old, that can pose its own challenges and create its own stress. But far from it, Khalil was able to live up to her billing and take the gold medal here. Well, as the athletes make their way behind the scenes, we'll prepare for a medal ceremony coming up very shortly. But in the stands, there's plenty still waiting around. As an interview is conducted by one of the luminaries here of Lithuanian sport.
Well, Aurora, congratulations. You made it to the bronze medal. What does this podium finish mean for you in the season finale?
Hi, everyone. I don't know what to say, but just that is every day I work for this. I never give up, and the location, the people are fantastic.
Thank you so much. And lastly, you have friends and family watching back home. In your mother tongue, what would you like to say back to them?
Ciao mamma, ciao papà, sono terza ai campionati del mondo.
Thank you very much. This is your bronze medalist today at the Senior World Championships.
So Aurora Tognetti there, ciao mama. She is a world bronze medalist. Fabulous performance on the track for her. She did enough in the range to stay with Karbovnik in the early stages and then just blew her away with the run. Well, Alida has dashed from the commentary position to do these interviews, and she'll be waiting for Blanka Gutzi, the Hungarian. Here she is.
Well, Blanka, you gave Farida a run for her money from this fencing all through to the laser run. What do you think was the highlight of your competition and really got you the silver medal here today?
I was here mentally. That was the key, I think, because after fencing, I wasn't in a good position, but I believed in myself during the OCR, during the swimming and the laser run, and I just concentrated on myself, not the other ones, so that was the key.
Brilliant. Now, this is the season finale. Season is over, so what will you be working on? Which discipline will you be working on for you to get the gold medal next season?
It is the 10th competition of the year to me. The competition was to participate in many competitions, to get to know the OCR and to achieve many OCR courses. So yeah, the focus was in this discipline. But I wanted to focus on also in the swimming because yes, that's all.
Brilliant. Well, now is your chance to send a message back home to all the friends and family watching on the UIPM TV.
Először is, anya, apa, nagyon köszönöm, hogy itt vagytok a helyszínen, és üdvözlöm a családom többi tagjait, nagyon köszönöm az edzőimnek, felkészítőimnek, és ezen a héten volt 10 éve, hogy elkezdtem öttusázni, úgyhogy nagyon köszönöm Henrik bácsinak is innen Litvániából, hogy eljutottam idáig, és még egy nagy köszönet illeti Verát Fricit, illetve az állatorvosomat, hogy Ispánra vigyáztak egész évben, úgyhogy nagyon köszönöm nektek is.
Well, brilliant. There you have it, the silver medalist here in today's Senior World Championships. Congratulations.
Köszönöm. Blanka Gutzi, good job, a leader as well. Clearly focus on the obstacles is the way forward for Blanka Gutzi. Silver medal here. She was absolutely exceptional in the laser run. Quiet falls across the arena. And Alida is with the new world champion.
Well, Farida, you are now the queen of modern pentathlon. You have 4 titles behind your name in one season. Tell us, what does this moment mean to you in making history?
بيقول لك ان انت ملكه الخماسي الحديث في العالم دلوقتي، عملتي 4 تايتل في سنه. ايه احساسك دلوقتي في اللحظه دي؟
دلوقتي احساسي ان انا خلاص جبت بطولة العالم كبار، حاسه ان انا في خيال ان انا خلصت السيزون. انا عملت سيزون ما حدش عمله قبل كده، ال3 وورلد كاب والوورلد تشامبيونشيب، ان انا جبت فيها ميداليه ذهب واندر 19 واندر 17 والجونيور. فانا حاسه ان انا في خيال ولسه صاحيه ان انا خلاص خلصت ولسه اللي جاي احسن ان شاء الله.
She says that she's like dreaming now. It was a very tough season. She did 4 World Cup medals. 3 of them is gold, 1 is a World Cup final, and after that the 4 World Championship. She put a lot of effort to get this point, and she's feel wow now.
Amazing. And I mean, you're only 14 years old. You have idols. You are having fans that are watching you. What is a tip and a message that you can send to the younger athletes who can follow in your footsteps?
بتقول لك انت 14 سنه، ليكي ناس كتيره متابعينك، انت محتاجه نديهم رساله منك.
أنا طبعا بشجع كل الصغيرين إن هم يحققوا حلمهم أيا كان إيه هو في أي رياضة، بس أنت تابع حلمك وخليك وراه لحد ما توصله.
She say for all youth around the world that anyone have any dream, he can do it, and there is nothing impossible. Everything can be done.
Well, there you have it. Thank you so much, Farida. You are a star. You are in the history in the making. Your new senior world champion. Congratulations.
The queen of the new era of modern pentathlon. 14-year-old Farida Khalil. 4 world titles in 2025. And on top of that, she won the World Cup final as well. What more can she deliver? So Khalil has shone here brightly. She shone throughout 2025. And let's take a look back at how she shone here in Kaunas for her 4th world title. Stuttering start, but 26 seconds head start over Margazota Karbovnik. She's a powerful laser runner. For starting from the front, she must have gone out with bags of confidence. To run as hard as she does, and then still come into the range and have unbelievable shoots. Sub 7 second in the final. It's something so special. She's setting a new standard in this new era. Farida Khalil, her dad, the coach, cheering on in the crowd. It was a great run from the silver medalist Blanka Gutzi, but you could see her in the background. She still had a good 100 meters to go as Farida Khalil crossed the line. What more are we going to see? What are we going to be saying about Farida Khalil in 10 years' time? Her sights set on LA 2028, the next Olympic Games, when she'll just be 17 years old. Surely she's an Olympic champion in the making, in the new era of modern pentathlon. Well, she's going to get used to standing on top of the podium. This will be the 5th time this season in World Championships and World Cup finals that she's done just that. Yeah, to her accolades this season in the 3 World Cups. She's got gold in Cairo, a gold in Pajadzhik, silver in Budapest in April this year. Dashing back up to the commentary position, Alida van der Merwe. I gotta have a bit of a word with you. How can you possibly ask a 14-year-old a message for our idols, for the people that are looking up to her, rather? I mean, obviously she is being idolised because, as I've been saying whilst you've been dashing up here, she's setting a whole new standard. And the answer was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, she's really setting the bar high, and I'm sure so many other young athletes in Egypt are going to want to follow in her footsteps, and she's just really showing how it's done. And I'm sure everyone else that age would love to know how to do it. But it was absolutely incredible from Farida.
Well, I've got to say, you should count that moment for your own little personal records as a special moment for you, because you got to ask a 14-year-old, world #1, albeit, but you got to ask a 14-year-old what she has to say to the people that look up to her. And I don't think many commentators have had that opportunity. Yeah. Well, here we go. It's medal ceremony time here for the World Championships. This is the last of the action on the circuit this season. A brand new format brought to this historic sport.
In 3rd place and winner of the bronze medal, representing Italy, Aurora Taglienti.
A bronze medal going to the emotional Aurora Tognetti from Italy. Let it go, Aurora. You performed magically. It was a real battle on the track for her, but she delivered on the run. Rob Stuhl, president of the UIPM, handing out the medals of flowers from the Lithuanian Modern Pentathlon Federation president, Estis Bronas. Bronze then for Italy's Aurora Tognetti.
Representing Hungary,
What a run. What a performance coming from 7th place. She put it down on the track in the main. Medal being presented by the UIPM Vice President, Kitty Chilla, and the Lithuanian Modern Pentathlon Federation Vice President, Ale Pikterny, giving out the flowers. Blanka Gutsi from Hungary with silver.
the winner of the gold medal and title world champion, representing Egypt, Farida Khalil.
The new queen, at just 14 years old. Farida Khalil of Egypt takes the Senior World Championship title in 2025. Champion at under 17, under 19, under 22, and now Senior World Champion at just 14 years old. What an athlete. And this is just the beginning for Farida Khalil.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Egypt get to celebrate a second world title here in Kaunas.
anthem of Egypt. For the very first time in history of the sport, the UIPM is offering prize money for the best athlete through their engagement, performance.
Well, there we have it. The medals handed out for the Women's World Championships here in Kaunas, Lithuania, in the sport of modern pentathlon. Farida Khalil of Egypt taking the gold medal. Blanka Gutsi from Hungary with the silver. Aurora Tognetti from Italy with the bronze medal. Fabulous moment for them. All three absolutely delighted.
Thank you, athletes and presenters.
Well, it's becoming a thing for the athletes, the podium selfie. And why not? Very special moment, very special photo as well. Well, the athletes make their way. They've still got the team medals to come out here, all important team medals at the conclusion of the season. And this does mark the end of the modern pentathlon season. The athletes getting a well-earned break. 10 competitions, Blanka Gutsi said that she had to travel around the world for this season. Well, looks like they're almost ready to come out for the team medals. Great to see so many people have stayed in their seats here in this fabulous arena. It's really done a great job of hosting these championships. There's question marks about the curve on the obstacle course. I think it added to the challenge, it added to the spectacle. The tightness of the track didn't cause the problems perhaps many people thought it would. But the presentation here by the Lithuanian Pentathlon Association has been absolutely out of the top draw. With 5 disciplines being displayed in an hour and 45 minutes, there have to be breaks between the fence, the obstacles, the swim, and then the laser run, and they put on a show to keep the crowd entertained. Now it's time for the last of the action here at the World Championships. The presentation of the all-important team medals. Bronze medal going to the Egyptian team. Farida Khalil adding bronze to her individual gold medal, along with Malak Ismail on the left and Jana Attia on the right. Farida Khalil's going to need a bigger suitcase to go home with. She's picked up quite a lot of bling here in Lithuania. Doesn't look like she's going to take that gold medal off for a few days. And who can blame her? Nothing is impossible, according to Farida Khalil in the middle there, as Egypt take the women's team bronze here at the World Championships. A changing of the guard perhaps for the British modern pentathlon team. It's been a profitable change in the guard for the British female team. Olivia Green, Emma Whitaker and Charlie Follett taking the silver medal in the team event. Smiling British trio with the silver medal in the team event in the Women's World Championships in modern pentathlon.
Winner the gold medal and title of World Team Champion, Italy!
But the team on top of the world in 2025 in the sport of modern pentathlon is Italy. Aurora Tognetti in the middle, flanked by Valentina Martinescu and Beatrice Mercuri, the team champions of the world, Italy.
Flowers, Lithuanian Modern Pentathlon Federation President, Astis Baronis.
So the Italians on top of the world. Great Britain with the silver medal. Egypt with bronze here at the World Championships. So all those flowers have been handed out. President of the International Federation and his local organising committee colleague will step away as we prepare for the Italian national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand if you can for the national anthem of Italy.
Well, there we have it. Italy, top of the world in the team competition in the Women's Modern Pentathlon World Championships here in Lithuania. Great Britain with silver, Egypt with the bronze medal. Alida, it's been a fantastic conclusion to the season. Surely there's only one highlight, isn't there?
Oh, we have to say Farida Khalil making history, wrapping it up and showing us that nothing is impossible. Just can't wait for the next season and see who is going to chase her for her record making.
Brilliant to have you in the box. Thanks so much for all your hard work this season, talking us through these wonderful events. And thanks to all of you watching at home. We hope you've enjoyed the coverage of this World Championships from Lithuania. That is the end of the season, but we really look forward to seeing you next year.
Thank you, presenters. the next generation of athletes. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our official award ceremony. Please join us for one final round of applause for all our athletes, coaches, and teams.
Dear coach,